An ant grabs a rival soldier and locks its legs around it. Then it tears its own body open on purpose. Sticky yellow glue floods out, sealing both insects together. The attacker thrashes, then stops moving for good. The ant that did this never planned to survive. This is its weapon. Millions of years of evolution, built toward exactly this one outcome. Scientists studying Southeast Asian rainforests noticed this over 100 years ago. A certain ant kept bursting open when threatened. For decades, nobody could say why. It was treated as a strange footnote in the science of naming animals. In 1974, two researchers finally named it. They called it autothysis, self-destruction, used deliberately as a weapon. One weird ant took over 100 years to explain. By then, scientists already knew ants could do this. What nobody had was one fully studied, complete case. That changed in 2018. A research team in Brunei found something new. A brand new species of exploding ant, never recorded before. They named it Colobopsis explodens. Most people just call it the exploding ant. This time, the team worked out exactly how and why the trick works. That's the version of the story most people never hear. Ants get trapped in tree resin that hardens over millions of years. That resin holds part of the proof. This trick is at least 15 million years old. 15 million years. And most people have never even heard of this ant. This is exactly the kind of strange, real thing this channel goes looking for. If this one earned it, hit like, subscribe, and there will be another creature just as strange waiting for you. This is a muscle contraction, taken to its absolute limit. There's no fire involved, and no chemical reaction either. Explosion is a generous word for what's really a very committed hug. Only one group of workers can even do this. The rest of the colony doesn't have this option at all. They carry glands, running almost the full length of their bodies. Those glands are packed with pressurized glue. It's thick and viscous, still building pressure. When one of these ants gets cornered, it wraps itself around the attacker. It could be a rival ant, or a spider, or anything at all. Then it squeezes until its own shell splits open. The split happens at one weak point, right at the rear. Evolution built that weak point in on purpose. The glue sprays out instantly, and it's already hardening. It's sticky. It burns on contact. That combination is what makes escape impossible. It seals the attacker's legs and jaws shut in seconds. That buys the rest of the colony time to finish the fight. In most animals, that job belongs to stingers and claws. Here, it's chemistry doing the work instead. That weapon didn't start out as a weapon at all. Those same glands began as something much more ordinary. They were for cleaning food and fighting off germs in the nest. Basically, the ultimate weapon started out as mouthwash. Dozens of ant species compete for the same limited nesting spots and food. Under that kind of pressure, evolution scaled an ordinary gland into a last resort. But that raises a much bigger question. Why would evolution ever favor a trait that kills the ant carrying it? Charles Darwin noticed this exact puzzle in worker insects that can't reproduce. He couldn't yet solve it. In ordinary evolutionary terms, that trait should have been bred out. The answer took almost a century to arrive. Biologists call it kin selection. Protecting your family helps your genes survive, even if you personally don't. Every worker ant in the colony is a close sister to every other worker. All of them serve the same queen. A worker ant was never going to have children of her own. Her only route to passing on anything at all runs through her sisters. A single worker's life barely registers against that math. So her death was never a loss for her genes. It was a win. One ant traded for hundreds of her sisters. And ants aren't the only ones who figured this out. Termite soldiers evolved their own version of this exact trick. Same basic idea, wildly different insect. They rupture glands in their heads to spray chemicals at invaders. Honeybees do something similar. Every time one of them stings you, its stinger has hooks that catch and tear on the way out. Part of its body tears loose too. You already know one version of this. Different insects Worlds apart on the evolutionary tree keep landing on the same solution. Whenever a colony is built from close, non-reproducing relatives, sacrifice starts to make sense. It's a real, recurring force in evolution. In the lab, these ants explode fast. A researcher's finger can set one off. So can a leaf that's simply vibrating. A finger, not even an attack, just a finger. That looks wasteful until you run the actual trade. Losing one ant to a false alarm costs the colony almost nothing. Letting a real scout escape and return with an army costs everything. So evolution set the trigger deliberately low. Even exploding isn't the first move. These ants bite and send out chemical alarms before anything else. That signal calls the rest of the colony in to help. Self-destruction is saved for fights they can't otherwise win. It hits differently for us. Humans treat self-sacrifice as one of the highest forms of courage there is. But there's no courage happening inside this ant. This is biology, executing exactly as it was built to run. No choice, no awareness, no decision ever. Just a switch, flipping exactly the way evolution wired it, millions of years ago. That gap between how it looks and what's actually happening is the real story. That glue has real value outside the rainforest, too. It hardens fast. Exactly what materials scientists want from an adhesive. Some of its germ-killing chemicals are being studied for early medical research. And these ants live only in Southeast Asian rainforests, forests being cut down right now. Southeast Asia's rainforest canopies are still not fully mapped. That makes studying them a race against time. Every rainforest cleared could take an undiscovered species with it. New species like this one are still being found. Nobody actually knows how many are still out there. That ant never got to see what its death brought. Somewhere in that nest, life goes on completely undisturbed. Because it didn't. Evolution never asked her to be brave, only to be useful. And somehow, that ended up looking exactly like courage. See you in the next one. With something just as strange.